Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Trading with the OC and Piper Academy. What's up, Ada Ace in the house? Welcome, my friend. Great to have you. So today we're going to be doing some coin hunting. We're going to be taking a look at what's going on, if the thing moved or not. Well, we already have gone a past couple of hours after the what is it? Come on, I just lost it. The FOMC meeting. And well, we might have a complete direction. So let's go to the charts. Why not? Let's take a look at what is it going on. New stratospheric hydrogen drone test bite with flying colors. What are we talking about nowadays? Fill me in. That kind of looks, or it seems interesting. Let me see also if I need to adjust my microphone. Let's go over here, and oh, no, that's fine. Oh, look at that. First time ever. I don't need to adjust volume on microphone. And Binance now too. Not tracking, my friend. Let me know what's going on, but let's get it. Let's go to the charts. All right, so we are here at Coinbase, Bitcoin, right? And very quickly, I was looking at the 5 minutes for today's session. And well, despite this, we were looking for a retest at the top. It did went up to the area that we were expecting. There we go. So it moved up, as I mentioned, on the hackers Discord, and then it flopped all the way back down. Look at that. Almost precisely as what we were talking about, right? So what is it up now? So let me just get rid of everything that is already gone, so that we're not going to be trying or using or anything like that. So let's just get rid of it. Perfect. And let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to the 4 hours. So right now we have a possible rejection. Important. When are we jumping for a short? World Mobile Antenna flies at 2,000 or 20,000 meters, connects 500k. WNTX is what's going on. Oh, got it. Oh, holy shit, really? That's freaking awesome. All right. So we have a rejection right at the dynamic reactor. So we should be looking for a possible short, but hold on right now, because we have a high order block. Important with that high order block might be a little bit of a ranging area, right? And we could pass over it, despite I'm considering it as a support. I'm always considering order blocks as a support or as a resistance, even, and let me point this out, even if they are very close to be 50-50. Remember, 50-50, they cancel each other, right? But even when that happens, I need to consider that as a bounce. So when are we jumping in for a short? In fact, we should be looking for a possible short right now, but I'm not gonna be taking it, right? Why not? Because I'm very close to the next support area, and right here it's where I'm gonna be looking for a long. I think we're not gonna hold it, but by strategy, I need to be looking for a long. Why is that? Because I have a breakout of the trend line, right? I have the very first rejection, and I'm looking for a higher low. If I lost that higher low, well, then I enter with a breakout structure to the downside. But so far, and I need to mention this, with a low position, low leverage, remember, I'm doing 3x at the moment. all right, I'm gonna be looking for a long position right down here. So, let me go for that. This is a very good one, and we're gonna be aiming at the bottom of the order block and just give ourselves a little bit of that buffering zone. All right, so that wiggle room. So other than that, looking for that, let me just get rid of this. This did not happen just now, but remember, the plan is the same. Looking for a possible V-shaped recovery, right? So just so you guys are tracking in other quote-unquote news, under news, let's actually go and clean this up. We are breaking through that trend line, but we're at the same time possibly creating a triangular pattern. So that's why we're not quite there yet for the short, and we are looking for a possible bouncing zone. All right, so far so good. So hopefully we are on the same page. So let's go over here, and let me just get rid of everything here so we have a cleaner canvas. And I'm gonna be adding an alert in this area. So, oh, it was this one. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna be adding an alert right here. And then I'm going to be adding an alert at the top. Not only that, I'm also going to be adding an alert right down below here. And I already have it, but let's duplicate the alert, and we're going to be aiming somewhere around 82,900. Right, so we just updated the alert zones that we're going to be looking for the next upcoming week or next upcoming 2 weeks. All right, so what the token is how you buy the franchise. Oh, nice. All right, as a network builder, it's the US. Lee your own mini AT&T. Holy shit, that's freaking awesome. That actually changes a lot of things. It's like starting all over again, isn't it? That looks awesome. All right. What is the ticker? Pass it over again. Is it WMTX? I think so, right? Actually, you called that out before, WMTX. All right, so let's go take a look at what alerts we have ringed in here. We have TIA. Remember, we're looking for that rejection I mentioned. If we don't break through, right, it's time to be calling out that long. We finally barely, I mean, just barely break through. Not really an opportunity. Remember, we were looking for that long. And at this moment, we are looking for the next short opportunity, all right? I'm not going to be jumping into a long, despite we could be even going a little bit higher. But at this moment, I'm going to be waiting for the flip of the ribbon. So areas to be looking for the short. Let me throw everything at it this moment. And it's this one is already have gone for us, but I'm going to add an alert even again, just in case we have another candle going over that area. And finally, this one in here. So I'm going to be looking for a possible short. Even if I hit this trend line or this alert, I'm not jumping in for a short if I don't have the flip of the ribbon. All right, so let's go for the next one, Rose. All right, Rose, it's been playing out almost exactly as we were expecting, right? This is the 4th hour. Let me clean this up, all right? And we got all of the breakout structure thing in here, all right? So we have the parabolic breakout, right? I was expecting a quick breakout retest. It did not play it out like that, but we have the bigger breakout, right? Then the next parabolic, and right now we're looking for a possible downtrend as we go lower. Remember, this is most likely a double top zone in here on the daily. So let's go for that. And don't tell me that that doesn't look like a double top, right? Something interesting and could be not making the double top. So would be the way out of that double top will be having a flip of the ribbon to the upside, which I don't really see it right now. I really believe that we're going to do something like this, all right? And kind of like going for that double top, then bouncing off the neckline. And then we need to look at our money flow. If the money flow is bouncing below or dropping below the 0 line, then our rejection is going to be lower, and that's our opportunity. or if it holds, well, then we're going to be looking for a breakout retest. But so far, despite we have a buy signal, we have a double top rejecting out of this huge order block in quantum reactor, and so far we need to consider a downtrend so far. So what are we doing? We're waiting for that trend line to fail and then aiming for the support zone. I'm going to be adding an alert at 0.01650. All right, so let's go for the last one in here. We already have gone for for Bitcoin. So let's go over River. River is tracking the drawings almost to the T. All right, so this was the zone that we were looking at perfectly. We had a lower high, almost a breakout structure. Look at that, breaking the neckline right there, following the trend line, breaking the secondary trend line. Let's fucking go. Look at that. And then we have a lower high. So did you? Please tell me you did short it at the lower high while we already were below that zero line. And remember, this is something that I'm looking at to happen with Rose, but in a more extended way. All right, so you've been warning. All right, so what is it up next? We're going to be looking for a support zone all the way to 37, somewhere around 38.50 and 31.60, right? So in between 37, somewhere around this ballpark. So let me just get rid of everything. This is already too much noise. And let me throw at it a couple of other stuff in here. Let's see what else is it telling me. All right. So we have a high order block making that bounce off. So a lower high going through the important range. That's important. And then going to visit, well, all of the confluence. This one, dynamic reactor, and this box. And we have two areas of smart money entry right here and right there. So let me turn everything off and let's go average down the position. So far it seems like we could be doing some ranging here, something along those lines. So it would be a good idea to start looking for our flip of the ribbon. Important. In these cases, since it's already almost there. Oh, come on. This one here, I want to make this one bigger. I'm going to be looking at the volume matrix, not only the volume matrix, but also I'm going to be looking at the power bar. All right. What I want out of the power bar, it is this bright whitish zone. All right. And then once we have that bright whitish zone, I'm looking for either a reversal and a opaque color or less of a bright color, darker color. All right. So the same thing I'm going to be looking for. So some bright spots in here. And then as we start having the flip of the ribbon, I'm going to be looking for a darker color. That darker color is going to be my entry. And the white-ish or the more brighter red is going to be my warning. Time to start looking for an entry. We have Alexandra G in the house. How is it going? Welcome. Thank you for joining, Alexandra. Really miss you a lot. Thank you. Thank you for joining. All right, so guys, it's 9 of us currently watching. Please drop that like button. It really helps with the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click it. All right, so let's go and take a look at something else. In this something else, I want to go over the crypto bubbles. Not only that, I would like to take a look at something like coin market cap. Let me see if I can bring that up. So market cap, I think this is gonna be it. The fear and greed index. So let's bring it up. All right, and we are going from fear. From fear to greed, right? So we're basically on the area where we range, right? So, well, we are going farther up. So that could be an alert area. Why? Because we already have the bounce, and then as people gain confidence, they could be dropping down the price. All right, so that's why we're being careful. That's why our leverage is pretty conservative, and that's why in some cases we're just limiting to half of an entry. If for some reason, and because this had happened to me in the past, and also that happens to me when I open up a new testing account, right? is that when you start a new account, or maybe you haven't grow your account, you might not be looking to lower your leverage that much. All right. I'm going to touch on that once again, just so we keep track on how to calculate a stop loss, a proper stop loss, and a proper leverage point. All right. So, hey, what's up, Luck for Crypto? Welcome. What's up, Mark Dodge? How is it going? How is it going there? Kelly Califant, welcome. Great to have you. All right, guys. So we're pumping up those numbers. Let's get it. Click that like button. It really helps with the algorithm. All right. So I want to go over to the, what is it? A little bit low down here on all consistent index, but this is what I'm looking for. All right. Pepin. Oh boy. Oh boy, that this thing was mentioned before, especially if you are a hacker. Remember, well, that was mentioned there. Let's bring it up because it was pretty much dead. Let's see, where is it? Come on, where is it? Here it is. Pepin. I don't know how to pronounce that. There we go. We're looking for a short at these areas, and guess what? Almost there. I mean, this was kind of like a kick in the, you know where, in between the legs. Olga Ivanova, welcome. Great to have you here. All right, so, I mean, the analysis was pretty freaking good, but the area, look at that, would have been a fantastic... Oh, don't move that out of the way. That would have been a fantastic entry. Look at that. We were just, come on, cents out of the entry. Oh, man. But, well, whatever. It is what it is, right? So, I have moved its way upwards. Let's actually go to the daily because the analysis was on the daily. And at this point, we're going to be looking for a next movement to the upside depending on our oscillator. Perfect. Yes. So we're going to be looking for something. Oh, not that. Of course, not text. I want my pen. We're going to be looking for something along these lines. So our next entry is going to be somewhere around here, and then we're going to be aiming for that. So instead of a short at this point, we are going to be looking for a long. So let's go and add an alert on Pepin at 0.3097 if I'm not mistaken. So 3051. All right, 3051. So we're going to be looking for that, and we're going to keep that range open. So it's not that you have an open position, but you have an open alert, right? So, yeah, let's get it. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of things in here. What else we got? Of course, River. We've been tracking River. MYX. Chili's. Come on, Axe Infinity. Nah, I'm not going to be trading that. But, well, Monero, that kind of like fits in my style. XMR. Let's get it. All right, so we have River, by the way. It has been going downwards. Remember, the lower high. We're looking for a next re-entry. We already have set our alerts. So, just giving you guys the heads up in there. All right. The next one is Monero. Oh, come on. Here it is. My dyslexia, guys. Bybit, bluffing. Let's see. Do we have Binance? I think it will be. There it is. As it has a little more volume. All right, so what's up with Monero? Well, Monero had the huge pump. All right, breakout, retest coming down, continuation downwards, and we're looking for another continuation downwards, especially right breaking now. All right, we ain't got much to really hold on to. All right, but what we're gonna be going for, it's gonna be, well, we already have kind of like a breakout that trend line, so I'm gonna extend it and use it something like that, right? And I'm gonna be adding another one in here. So I really want to cover this last one. I'm not gonna be able to, I know it, but something around that. All right, and what I'm gonna be going for, it is right click, lock, right click, add an alert, and the same thing here is log and add an alert. I would really want to short Monero at this point, but we're at the bottom of the channel. We don't buy bottoms, right? We don't short bottoms, right? We short tops. So I'm gonna be looking for maybe a lower high. Let's see if I have anything in the way. So let's throw everything that we got at it, and let's see if we can figure out something in between. And well, here it is. All right, so I guess smart money entry all the way up right here. So this is gonna be, guys, a kamikaze entry. All right, so a very, very dangerous entry. So I'm gonna mark it right here, kamikaze. Short. So it's going to be a half of a position. And of course, I'm going to be doing 3x. All right. So I'm not going crazy on leverage. I'm not going anything or anywhere there. I'm going to add an alert. All right. And my alert ends up being at 481.48. What I'm counting on is that I have a goose hit, but a halfway goose hit, right? What happens with that kind of like a halfway goose hit? Look at that. It pumps, retrace, lower a high, and then further move to the downside. Pumps, retrace, lower a high, and then move down to the downside. All right. So that's what I'm counting on at this point, to maybe try to catch this little movement to the next area of support. But also it's true that this could reverse on me. That's why it's a kamikaze. All right. Kamikaze high entry. And the next most important one might be somewhere around here. All right. So right there. Come on. Add the alert at 515.8, if I'm not mistaken. 0.8. Yes. That's going to be the next area to short Monero. When are we longing? Because there's also a long in between those two shorts. All right. The long will be a breakout of, or a breakout structure, breakout of the previous high. So let's go for that. And that breakout is going to be right here, this line at 488. So just so we keep on knowing what's happening here, because sometimes, and this is for myself, sometimes I open this up and I say, hey, what am I supposed to be doing there? Right after seeing everything, and then I lost the actual boat on that movement. So I'm just putting it aside, letting me know what is the area that I'm looking for. And the next thing I'm gonna be going for, it's this one in here, something like that. Right, so I'm gonna push this over to my right, and that's it. All right, so now I know what am I gonna be looking for in Monero. Basically, I'm covering my my back on Monero, so wherever it goes, I'm gonna be not chasing after, but I already have a plan if it goes up, and already have a plan if it goes down, right? So it's not chasing after the price, it's chasing after the movement and waiting for the movement to really play it out. So remember to have already a plan for that. Let's go take a look at a couple of other stuff. Let's see what else we have. I want to see interesting coins that are very, very low. So TIA, yeah, we've been already over TIA, INJ, ADA. Oh, come on, LDO. LDO, why not? Let's take a look at the LDO. So let's do LDO. Here it is. Let's take a look at, oh, TP number 2. All right, TP 1 and 2. All right, all right. Long time since we don't trade this. Daily, perfect, on support. Oh boy, this is actually looking good. I mean, I think we're going lower, but this actually is looking not that bad. Why? Because we are in a huge support. I mean, volatility is there, but there's kind of like it's calling my attention. Let's go to a lower time frame because it seems like it wants to go lower, but at the same time, it has a double bottom pattern. Not only that, look at that. All right, so we have a goose head. Oh man, dude, this is one of those things that tells me, you know what, it's going lower. Why in the earth you want to long it? And I do have that gut feeling. All right, so this is what I'm gonna be going for. I'm gonna listen to my gut feeling, but I'm not gonna be dumb about it. Right, so we know that sometimes the gut feeling is right, and sometimes the intuition is not that right. All right, I'm gonna try to understand, and I'm doing this for myself. All right. I'm trying to understand what is it that is so appealing to me to long it. And the very first thing that is appealing for me, it is the possible double bottom scenario. The next thing that I'm kind of trying, or my brain is trying to escape, is this huge area of resistance. The next important thing that is kind of appealing to me is that we have kind of a goose head and it's pointing upwards, right? So that means I could have a farther move to the upside, little retracement, and then bigger farther move, and then going back down. So I could maybe profit out of this. At the same time, let's go to daily and let's see. Well, we don't have just yet, or we haven't broke through the zero line. Like, what the actual F, all right? And just like before, this could do something like that. And, well, dude, zero. Zero. All right, so we're going to zero. So I'm not gonna be, I am gonna be buying. All right, I'm gonna be buying this, and I'm gonna be looking for a possible drop to this area, and I'm gonna be dividing my entry into. So it's gonna be one half and another half, of course. Let's go back to the 4 hours here, and perfect. I want to mark something in the daily because I'm missing it here. All right. Where's my box? This, you are my entry boxes. And the very bottom of it, it's right there. I want to compare it with the rest of my indicators on the 4 hours. All right, so what I'm going to go for is right now a long position. I'm not going to be taking it right away. Fair warning, I'm not going to be taking it right away. I'm just going to be adding 2 alerts for its movement. And I'm not going to be taking it right away because I'm on the live stream and I don't have anything open, not even my phone. I don't even know where my phone is, and it's not open on my broker is not open on my PC. So I will have to wait for the show to be over. But that is going to be a go for after an entry, and then I'm gonna go and risk it for the biscuit, another half of an entry somewhere around here. So far I'm not over yet. All right, let me throw everything I got right to it, and I want to see if anything here changed my opinion. All right, it might. All right, something important that I'm just seeing in here, and it's through the spaghetti. It's the trend line. Break out of the trend line. Perfect. Breakout. Retest. Do we have a support in the retest? Soft order block might be meaningful that we're going to go lower. So I'm going to extend my stop loss right here. Right. And my entry is going to go a little bit lower. Just about there. Right. So I'm trying to cap a better entry based on what I'm seeing. All right, on that. And you know what? Let's go over half of that order block. Let's see what else do I have. For example, in here, VRVP, well, everything is a smart money entry. So am I on the golden box? Yes, I am on the golden box. I'm just entering and holding it. My bottom support, my entry is closer to my bottom support, so I'm okay. I'm not really trying to grab the very, very bottom. I mean, that we grab it in here. That doesn't mean that we're going to grab it once again. I just want to cover my ass in case it goes lower, and also cover my ass in case it goes higher and we don't hit it. So that's why I'm going for where the most kind of resistance is at. And I'm thinking that we are absolutely going to hit it. All right. We already have seen that not always hits it, but it is what I'm intending to. So let's go for anything else. Trend line, perfect. Let's see. Order block. All right, let's take a look at a couple of other things. For example, the linear regression. Perfect. At the top. All right, this is not good. This is not good. And this is what was part of what I was telling you, right? We are at the top of the range and we're long in the top of the range, right? So that is BS, right? And just like before, we could be going lower. So what could we be doing in this case? Could we be shorting this thing? Yes. Could we be hedging? Yes. In fact, maybe could be a good idea to hedge it, right? We have not a flip of the ribbon, but a goose hit, right? That could be leading to a little bit of that further possibility. At this case, I mean, if I hedge this thing, I'm thinking it through. Because, like, if I hedge that thing, I might be just ending up with a very, 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 very small amount of profits, which is not bad, right? But I really want to profit out of this thing. So the next thing will be, instead of hedging it, I mean, I could actually just wait for a result. So just a leading thing, and then deciding if I'm going to be shorting it or if I'm going to be buying it. Does that make sense? So I think that's what I'm going to be going for. So I'm going to make this range in here, right? Like this. And what I'm going to be going for, it's going to be shorting it, if this is the case, and then longing it, if that is the case. Am I going to lose a buffering zone? Yes, but it's much more safer. So let's add another set of alerts, just this one lower. And once one of those alerts hits, I'm going to be coming and look at my oscillator and see if that goose head is holding on to it or if it's breaking through that zero line. If it's breaking through that zero line, no questions asked, I'm shorting the thing. All right. But yeah, just saying it. All right. So, just stating that, sorry. Boons 44, can you check ICP and H bar? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Let's take a look at ICP and we'll see what else I got in there. All right, so ICP, UCP, we OCP, right? And ICP not looking great at all. Although we're coming into a support zone. Let's just get this regression thing out of the way. Something, I mean, this could be not a miracle, but this low possibility. We already have a bullish divergence, so it's a possibility that we have a early flip of the ribbon and we can find just a sweep of the low swing failure pattern. I wouldn't be counting that much on the swing failure pattern, but something absolutely genius would be just waiting for your trend line to be broken. Okay, for a long position. At this moment, what I'm missing, it's a support and resistance thing. And for some reason, my predicted ranges, they keep turning off. I don't know why. But let's throw everything that I got at it. Let's see if we have anything. All right, so we are coming into a support. Perfect. Look at that sweep of the lows. So I'm going to go and add an alert to that sweep of the lows. Just slightly bit above that money flow, so it's gonna be at 3.11. I'm gonna be looking for a long position if I have a sweep after, flip off the ribbon and sweep off the lows in here. All right, so I'm gonna be trying to catch this. All right, that's what I'm gonna be trying to catch, and I'm not gonna be too ambitious, somewhere around there. Right. Why am I not shorting? Because we already are past the support zone, right? And the only other way that I'm going to be longing is breakout of the trend line, reversal. So this is going to be where I'm going to be shorting, and then for a long position right there. But so far, we are not there yet. So let's leave it as is. All right, let's save this. And you also request H bar, isn't it? Yeah, I think H bar. You requested H bar, so let's go for H bar. Here it is. And H bar was a pretty good one back in the day. All right, so last time we had a stepped out. Well, it is what it is. Let me just remove this and let's go naked. Let's go. All right, so long story short, where are we standing on? And this is the 4 hours. This has a pretty freaking good. Let me just get rid of everything. Pretty freaking good. Come on, run line. Although it's a big one, yeah. Delete that thing. And I see either this one. And which I'm gonna be ignoring. All right, for now. Because I think that I can bring this one up for life. So what am I going to be ignoring this one? It's not that I'm going to be ignoring it, but it's going to be my secondary trend line. It's going to act as a support. All right, so now let's throw something at it. Like, for example, let's go for quantum reactor. So far, let's zoom in. We have a cell signal. All right, we're coming back down. So this kind of channels, they tend to break to the upside. So far, so good. What I'm going for, it's gonna be a lock in the trend line, all right, and adding an alert to the trend line. In this case, I'm gonna be looking for maybe sweep of the lows, breakout, retest, continuation, and I don't really care about this, all right, so I'm not gonna be really chasing after this trade, but I'm gonna be looking for any kind of breakout through the trend line. And I'm not really interested or that much interested on HBAR because I'm already, remember yesterday we bought $100 on almost every channel, not channel, point that it has its own network, right? So yeah, 300 for Ethereum, 100 for ADA, so on and so forth, right? So we are above that silver line, perfect, but we have a hidden bearish divergence. So not really feeling it. Let's take a look at how our, come on, where are you, my friend? Here it is. Our money flow is looking like, and it's pretty flat, so maybe not really going to hit this up. So again, I'm just gonna get rid of that, and if we're not able to break through, I'm gonna be going for a short downwards. But let's see if we have any other resistance here. I'm gonna be calling up for a short, and we freaking have it. Loud order block at the top, so we're gonna be looking for a short position first. Right here, stop loss right, yeah, why not, right there, and then taking profits right there. So that is gonna be it for now. But remember, this is not susceptible at this prediction only. All right, if the thing goes lower, all right, I'm gonna be looking for this area to long it. All right, and if the thing first start moving upwards and breaks out, I'm gonna be looking for a bounce and change of strategy like this. All right, so just so you know, this is plan number A, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be trying to long or short depending on what is the end result. So let's go. All right, anytime, my friend, anytime. Give me a like button, that really helps. All right, so for now, I think that's gonna be it today. We already have a couple of trades going on. Tomorrow we're gonna be trying to catch as many trades as we can, and we're gonna be trying to close in between Friday and Saturday. I think things might be moving faster now that we have a couple things out of the way with Jerome Powell, and well, we need to keep an eye both on, I would say, poly markets to see what's going on in the politics, right, around surrounding the FOMC chair, and of course, what is going to be happening on Twitter or Truth Social with the United States president of the United States, because dude, that his thumbs are on freaking fire, man. So not loving it or hating it, I'm just saying, right? I mean, I hate that guy. That's not a secret. That's because he makes me money. He makes me laugh, but I don't like what he does. So other than that, let's get it. Let's go take our chances in the market. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining, and see you guys tomorrow.
Bitcoin is going to zero.